The other thing I thought was kind of silly, they didn't really explain it well, but what was Quark doing sitting there in his yoga pose, supposedly talking to his brother?
You know, I thought the same thing. I didn't go back and rewind it. I almost did to kind of like say, did I just see him? I think, because I kind of like only half saw it. I look back, but I think he was sitting down going like this, right?
Yes, yeah, that's
Now, if he
exactly
was
right. With his
doing
legs
this,
crossed in a yoga pose. It looked like a
but
yoga pose.
I believe that's the way the Bajorans pray, like this. So,
Okay.
so either he was praying, or more likely he was just pretending to when they arrived, saying, "Hey, no, I'm just a Bajoran here. I'm just praying like the Bajorans do," or whatever, because they sit there and they do this in front of the orb and stuff like that. I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, and I kind of wanted to go back and be like, did they explain that? And I just missed it, but I don't think they did. And everybody listening in, if you guys have an answer for us, definitely give it to us in the comments. But I'm pretty sure he was just either pretending to pray or suddenly became religious to the prophets for one episode.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that really clearly from my end. I saw it like at first I thought it was a joke where he was just kind of, just doing that as a joke.
Yeah.
Then I thought, well, maybe he's meditating, right? And he was going to say, I'm meditating. But then he never mentioned meditating and he never made it to be a joke. He kept saying, I'm talking to my brother. I'm talking to my brother. And he was adamant about defending that point. As a matter of fact, he said one line was, even though he's an idiot, he's still my brother. And I thought of Aaron at that moment. That was one thing that I'm pretty sure he would have been tickled by.
He would have jumped on that for sure.
Yeah, even though he's an idiot, he's still my brother. That's kind of how we felt about each other in our relationship. So
The frenemy thing.
the frenemy thing, he's an idiot, but he's my friend.
And what was interesting in that scene right there? I did want to bring this up for a second. There was a little bit of trivia that I didn't know about or that I had forgotten. He says, "Chief, do you have any brothers?" And he says, "Yeah, two of them." And he said goodbye to him when he left to Starfleet. And I was like, I don't remember O'Brien in his, 10, 11 seasons of Star Trek ever mentioning his brothers again. So if you were going to go to the listeners, if you guys know any other time he mentioned his brothers, because I don't think he did, but let us know. Little piece of nerd trivia for us. Also, the aliens that came out on that ship, there was the two Klingons, obviously. There was a Trill. The lady I thought was an Efrosian. Efrosian is, it's an alien that you see every once in a while, most notably in the Gambit Part 1 and 2, which is like season 7 of Next Generation. One of my favorites. I don't think a lot of people like it as much as I do, but that's one of my favorites. But it turns out it wasn't an Efrosian. I looked it up because I was like, I bet that's an Efrosian. And I was completely wrong. I had to look that up too. It was, she's a Terran, native of Kefka 4. Never heard of it, but that forehead stuff looked exactly like about 7 other aliens I've seen on Star Trek.
Yeah, that's came from the forehead department.
They like that forehead department.